With Survivor Series War Games approaching us at the end of the month, a lot of people are circulating what Roman Reigns is going to be doing around Survivor Series War Games and what is next for the Tribal Chief. Roman Reigns' inconsistent schedule means that we have less appearances of him and it's a struggle to make rivalries. But what is next for him on the road to WrestleMania from the end of 2025 all the way until April 2026 for WrestleMania 42 once again in Las Vegas? Today, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts and what could be happening for the future of Roman Reigns. It may be one of his final long-legged runs with the WWE before his semi-retirement for acting roles. So, hope you enjoyed this video. It's going to be nice to record. Always remember to smash that and subscribe button to develop my channel, and let's get into this one. So we know that Logan Paul returned to Monday Night Raw for the first time since his defeat to the greatest of all time, the Never Seen 17 John Cena at Clash in Paris at the end of August. He returned, helping CM Punk fight off the Division and also making himself a contender for CM Punk's brand new World Heavyweight Championship. Late that night, the World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk and main event Jey Uso took on the Division in Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker on the side, obviously, of course, Paul Heyman. At the end of that match, with the Division, of course, winning, were beating down Punk and Uso, and Paul came out looking to help Punk. But that time, he knocked CM Punk out with the brass knuckle, right titanium fist, putting CM Punk to sleep and handing his brass knuckles to Paul Heyman, aligning himself with Division, looking set for him to be one of the leaders for Division at War Games later this month. There was a lot of rumours going around about the MFTs and the White Six being the War Games match for SmackDown, which would have been a really disappointing match because War Games and Survivor Series is one of the biggest PLEs of the calendar year. So for that to main event would be terrible, and WWE knew they couldn't fumble the ball. With Seth Rollins, of course, getting injured and losing the World Heavyweight Championship due to him vacating it to injury, and obviously Division turned on Seth Rollins, it made a big twist for War Games, as we all thought Seth Rollins would lead Division into War Games, but it looked very, very different now. With Logan Paul aligning himself, we could see two more members join Division to fight off this team of many, many people who make Division their enemies and have their aim to take down the future, of course, Division. So, what would be next, and how would Roman Reigns get involved in this? After Roman Reigns lost to Bronson Reed last month at Crown Jewel, he returns to Monday Night Raw, addressing the issues and the reason why he lost to Bronson Reed, blaming it on the Usos. And he's walking out saying he will need to finally put this to bed once and for all with one final match before he goes back for his title and finally gets his rematch for the Undisputed Championship of his against Cody Rhodes after over 18 months ago when he lost it at WrestleMania 40 for Rhodes to finish his story. But while he's backstage, ready to leave the arena, Jey Uso grabs his arm and says, "Big Us, we need you, man. We need you for War Games." CM Punk doesn't really agree with this idea. They obviously teamed last year at War Games against Solo Sikoa's Rogue Bloodline. Of course, they won, but the only reason why Punk teamed with Roman was because of Paul Heyman. He said, "I'm doing it for my friend. I'm doing it to help him out because he knows, I know how much he loves you. So I'm doing it for him, to make him happy." So this year, they wouldn't really want to do it again, you know. But they've already aligned most of the team with Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, CM Punk, LA Knight, and one more man needed to take on the Division. And that man right there is Roman Reigns. Roman has competed in War Games over 2 times now, so he'd love to make it a third. But Roman at first disagrees with the idea. He says, "Listen, I didn't want to see you lot till Christmas. Why are you even talking to me right now? I'm doing my own thing for now. I'm fighting my own battles. I'm not teaming with CM Punk. I'm not teaming with LA Knight because I'm the Tribal Chief." And Jey Uso just comes back and says, "Okay, you do you, yeah? You do you. Let's see how it works out. Let's see how it works out. Just like always. Because look what happened last month at Crown Jewel. You lost to Bronson Reed. And yeah, it was a bit of my fault, Us, and I'm sorry for that. But you've got to stop taking everything so harsh. And you've got to live up to the reality that Division is a dangerous side." And Roman just stands there and looks at Jey and looks at Jimmy and just walks off because he's not interested. Next week on Raw in Madison Square Garden, LA Knight has been taken out by Division, and LA Knight is confirmed out of the War Games match. So Roman, he comes out and he addresses the problems once again. But this time Division had tried to attack him. Bronson and Bron Breakker come out with Logan Paul as well, trying to take him out. But the Usos come out to defend Roman, and also CM Punk is there to take down Division. Obviously now Division, in this reality, have aligned Drew McIntyre to the team as well. So they're now getting quite dangerous. And they're also looking a very, very dangerous side. over time, they will also align a returning Austin Theory to the division to take on. So Roman does agree to join War Games for the Usos, for Punk, and for his own battles to finally take down the division once and for all. But they're missing one more member. With LA Knight out in the match due to attack by Bronson Reed Bron Breakker on him backstage, that final member is revealed to be the Never Seen 17, the greatest of all time, John Cena. And Roman ain't happy with this idea especially. Roman and Cena have had their differences in the past, with matches for the Universal Championship, and matches just over the years, with Cena calling out Roman on promos, and many more battles before. So Roman ain't a massive fan of it, but he's up for it. So War Games is set. Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and John Cena taking on Logan Paul, Bron Breakker, Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, Drew McIntyre, and Austin Theory. The guys against the Vision. And of course, they beat the Vision. They finally get that win of the Vision, taking them down and ending their streak of dominance. And who gets the pin? Well, Roman Reigns gets the pin. Roman Reigns pins Bron Breakker to take him down and win for the Vision. A win against the Vision, I meant. To finally get a win and put the Vision story to rest. So we are moved on from the Vision storyline. That is over and Roman is finally out of them problems. And we move on to the Royal Rumble match. The start of January, Roman declares his spot for the Royal Rumble, returning since Survivor Series for the first time, starting off the new year with a crack, saying, I want to compete in the Royal Rumble for a second year in a row. And this year, I'm going to make up for my loss and my mistake last year of getting distracted by CM Punk and Seth Rollins, and the win this year to finally challenge for my title once again and take back what is mine. And Cody Rhodes interrupts him and says, Roman, it's not been your title for a very long time. I've held this title twice since you had it. And also John Cena has held it as well. So it's definitely not your title anymore. But if you want it, I'd love to come and see you try and fight for it. I'd love to face you one last time at WrestleMania. And then we get to the Royal Rumble. The big 30-man match to main event. Roman comes out and he's dominating, throwing people out the ring. But he nearly gets eliminated by the leader of the Vision, Logan Paul. Logan Paul nearly throws Roman out. But Roman throws Logan out. He's like, get out of here, who are you? But Bron Breakker got so close to throwing Roman out. And if it weren't for main event Jey Uso, he would have been eliminated. Jey Uso saves Roman Reigns once again from losing his shot at being champion at WrestleMania and keeps him in the Rumble match in the Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Just keeping Roman's dreams alive. The Usos save Roman again, making up for their mistake at Crown Jewel when they cost Roman the match against Bronson Reed. So Roman eventually goes on to win the match. With both Usos being eliminated, Roman finally wins the Royal Rumble and declares his spot for WrestleMania 42 in the main event, challenging for a title. The Raw of the Royal Rumble, Roman turns up and he says, tonight I will make my decision on who I'll be facing at WrestleMania 42. And it's a clear-cut decision. There was no doubt. Roman Reigns confirms, I'll be challenging Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 42, taking back what is mine. But that is what I think. I think there could be other realities as well where Roman does not win the Royal Rumble and we have something different. Possibly a Jey Uso heel turn and he wants to become the Tribal Chief finally and get his big praise after being the main event man he was, winning the World Heavyweight Championship and also winning the Intercontinental Championship in his main event run, proving that him as a single star is better than a tag team wrestler. So he might want to challenge Roman, a face Roman versus a heel Jey in one of the main events, maybe a main event at night 1 of WrestleMania 42 for the Tribal Chief status. And Roman could possibly lose. Like I said at the start of the video, with Roman possibly retiring very, very soon, this could be the chance to finally hand over the Tribal Chief status once and for all, and not take it back this time, and put Jey in a spot where he can lead the next 5 years of WWE into the future, being the Tribal Chief, and possibly playing both a face and heel character at different times, of course, being the Tribal Chief and leading the bloodline into another era of the WWE. So this match would not be bad to see in Bloodline Rules or in a tribal combat match like they did, of course, at SummerSlam 2023 for the Undisputed Championship. We saw that Roman and Jey took on each other in tribal combat. So Sikoa cost Jey, with that Jimmy Uso also turning heel, costing Jey, with Roman getting the big win and retaining his championship once again. But would they run this match back at WrestleMania 42, a year and a half on from their SummerSlam 2023 match? I don't know, 2.5 years on from their Summer 2023 match. It would be very interesting to see. And I would not be against it, but I don't think it'd be my first choice. But I would not be surprised if WWE would pull this out of the bag and have this big match to elevate Jey Uso as a character and give Roman Reigns that character of just putting himself over for other people. And maybe putting himself over Jey could be one of the best decisions for Jey Uso's career ever. To elevate his character from just a main event guy to the tribal chief. And the other outing is CM Punk. Maybe Roman could still win the Rumble in this reality. He wins the Rumble, but he doesn't choose Cody Rhodes. He chooses World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk to get a revenge from last year, from getting involved in his business with Seth Rollins in that main event of night 1 and costing him a win, to cost him his second consecutive loss at WrestleMania once again. So could he challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship, saying it's a title he's never won, and maybe a title he could win? With the likes of Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, and all them lot going for the title. It'd be something different for Roman. A different title, different challengers, and maybe a big CM Punk Roman Reigns match that we didn't get to see last year at WrestleMania for Seth Rollins being involved. But this year, Seth Rollins is most likely going to be out of WrestleMania. There's no chance. So we could see this match just one-on-one for the World Heavyweight Championship. And it could be an absolute masterclass. These two know what they're doing. They're two of the biggest faces of the company. And putting it on for the World Heavyweight Championship could elevate the title's value and could make the title, maybe, just maybe, the top title over the Undisputed Championship. Just because of the names fighting for the title. Again, I'll mention them names. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, maybe returning Seth Rollins at the time, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, LA Knight, Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, possibly Drew McIntyre by then, and possibly Brock Lesnar. So it all could be very, very interesting how many names could be challenging for that title and how many dream matches we could get if one of these two is still champion at the time. CM Punk winning the championship recently, I think he's going to hold it until WrestleMania 42. They love CM Punk as a character and they love him as a guy, and him being champion, they won't take it off him this time. Of course, in his last reign, it lasted 5 minutes. This time, it will last more like 200 days, I think. So something could really happen in this match. And I think this is more chance of happening than the Jey Uso match. I think the Jey Uso match happens only if CM Punk finds a proper challenger and if Cody Rhodes runs it with Randy Orton or something, which is still unlikely. So there is many different opportunities and many different matches we could see with Roman at WrestleMania 42. But what is next for Roman Reigns? That is the main thing. So, comment down below what you think will happen for Roman Reigns at War Games, the Royal Rumble, and of course, WrestleMania 42. Will he main event? Will he not main event? Will he change for a title? Or will he not? Drop your comments down below. But thank you for watching this video. It has been nice to record. Always remember to smash that like and subscribe button to the flipping channel. And I will see your little dirty faces soon. Goodbye, guys.